Can you just describe to us what it means when you speak of raw spirituality and how we are transformed by the grace that we've received when we speak about raw spirituality? Because for me personally, when I read the book, for me, the value of the book, again, it is, people can find the book online, but the value of the book is it gives you proximity to head, mind, and also spirit, heart. And it allows for you not just to live a professed faith, but to live an actual faith that is relevant to the world. And when you describe raw spirituality, do you mean that it is a emphasis on living a messy life, or a life that is not really detached from the everyday life of the world? Because in our context, you very much pointed to this. We like to compartmentalize our actual lives from our spiritual lives. And there's not an interface between the two. So what I do on a Sunday in the church service might be totally detached from who I am during the week. And then the other way around, what I am not on a Sunday, unfortunately, also gets reflected in the week. So what do you mean when you speak about raw spirituality?
Yeah, let me tell you, when you work as an author, a lot of times you have a working title for a book. My working title for this book comes out of 1 Timothy 4, where Paul writes to Timothy and says, train yourself towards godliness.
Sure.
So my working title for the book was actually Training Naked with the Friends of Jesus.
Yeah, for sure.
And my publisher said, listen, the book will end in the sex, division of the bookshops. And said then, let's try and figure out a different metaphor. So the raw spirituality, the raw has a few angles to it. The one is the honesty, the rawness of life. That when God invites us into the adventure of embodying Christ's life in us, He invites us into the genuine specifics of our life. So in that sense, it's the rawness. It's not polished. It's not, that we get to a place where we are honest.
Yes.
So getting to that original title, when Paul uses the word and says, train yourself to godliness, it has an emphasis on being open. The Greek there, gymnazo, literally means train naked.
Yeah.
So the raw part of that is, it's honest. The other one is that we have lives that is the raw material in which we are being shaped. So, some people wish for a life that is different.
Yeah.
And then they they miss God's work in them because they're wishing an arena that's not their life.
Sure.
So your life has relationships and work aspects, and it's within that life that the Spirit invites us towards this synchronicity that I'm talking about, where we learn how to live there in the rawness of our life. So I think those two aspects of the metaphor, gives a form to the book's writing. As an author, you're in conversation with editors the whole time. So that's what we landed on when I couldn't get my Training Naked with the Friends of Jesus title, which I, by the way, still think it's a more provocative and fun.
Maybe in the future, maybe with a revised standard edition.
Yeah.